This is the Dallas Cowboys Report. I am Tom Downey. Today's video is all about trade ideas that I've cooked up. And if you like talking trades, let's be honest, they're fun. Finding ways to add talent or maybe remove some talent you don't want anymore on the roster. It's enjoyable. So I want you to like the video right now if you enjoy talking trades and maybe want us to do more trade videos in the future. I've put together 5 different Cowboys trade ideas for today's video, all of them adding talent for the Cowboys because they've got cap space and draft picks to play around with, and I think there are some teams and positions they should still look to target. First up, a name we've talked about before. That is Grady Jarrett, who I don't think would be that expensive given his contract situation to trade for. I've got the Falcons getting, which might be on the high end, the last 5th-round pick the Cowboys have, number 178 overall, and the Cowboys get a high-end defensive tackle. Now, the Falcons are rebuilding. They lost Matt Ryan. Moving on from Grady Jarrett helps them set their cap into a better position moving forward, which that's what rebuilding teams should be doing. Jarrett was at his best under Dan Quinn. Now, the money is an issue here. 1 year, $16.25 million. The Cowboys aren't going to pay that. Nobody would pay that. So 2 routes to get around it, right? Restructure. Extend Grady Jarrett, bring that cap hit down, keep it cheaper. The Falcons eat some of the money. Feels unlikely they could just cut him to get, the cap savings. Or maybe Jarrett takes a pay cut for 1 year. There's some similarities with Jarrett for me and the Robert Quinn situation as well. Jarrett is coming off a down year. I would also argue that scheme change did not benefit Jarrett in any capacity. I think you can get closer to 2019 Jarrett play if you were to go out and acquire him. And yes, the Cowboys have bodies on the defensive line with Neville Gallimore and Osa Odighizuwa and Carlos Watkins and Quinton Bohanna and Tristan Hill. But adding an impact player at defensive tackle is still a need because I like Gallimore, I like Odighizuwa, Watkins played well, Hill and Bohanna still have upside, but those guys aren't splash players. And look, you're not going to get Aaron Donald. That's like unrealistic to even think that Grady play close to Aaron Donald at this point in his NFL career. However, I think you could still get an impact player if you were to go get him. So I got 4 more trades coming up, and keep this next one somewhat realistic, knowing my last one isn't all that realistic either. Name a player who you think the Dallas Cowboys should go trade for. This is the pinned comment on today's video. So if you get the ad break here and you're watching on YouTube, head down there. Let me know a player you think the Cowboys should go trade for. Let's stick with the Falcons. How about Deion Jones, the linebacker? Not sure the Cowboys think off-ball linebacker is that big of a need, but if you get Deion Jones for a 4th-round pick, which is where you might spend a pick on linebacker, you're getting a much better football player. There is a market inefficiency in the NFL right now of trading day 3 picks for proven veterans. Let's do that here with Deion Jones. He thrived under Dan Quinn in Atlanta. He's still on the right side of 30 years old. That is certainly valuable. The money is a bit high if you trade for him. $14.68 million this year, thereabouts. There's some rounding there. $13.3 next year. So it actually gets cheaper next season. If you believe in Deion Jones, you probably just restructure him and or extend him and keep him on your roster longer. Jones is what I think Cowboys fans are praying Jabril Cox can become, which is probably asking for a bit too much out of Jabril Cox. But if you're worried about Cox getting healthy, we've seen Deion Jones play at a very high level for years, and we know he's a scheme fit. You add Deion Jones to a linebacking core featuring Micah Parsons, Leighton Vander Esch, and Jabril Cox, that need is taken care of. It is fixed. And make no mistake, both of these guys are fairly on the expensive side. I know that. But you know what? You can make the money work. It's a question of would the Cowboys choose to make the money work, an issue that we've run into many a time here since you ain't getting Bobby Wagner. So pick one to trade for. Type DJ for Deion Jones or JG for Grady Jarrett or GJ, whatever it is. Get your votes in for me in the comment section. Which Falcons player would you rather trade for? This might be the name to actually keep an eye out for, depending on how the draft goes. K'Lavon Chaisson, the edge rusher out of LSU, currently a member of the Jacksonville Jags. I've got a conditional 6, could be a 5th, maybe even a 4th, next year, depending on Chaisson's sack production. Now, had CeeDee Lamb not been on the board in round 1 for the Cowboys, I think he would have been the pick. I liked him coming out. There was certainly upside. There was going to be some time, so development needed, which didn't really go down in the end for the Dallas Cowboys with Chaisson in Jacksonville. Hasn't played much for the Jags. Now, he's got $1.82 million this year, $2+ million in 2023, and then a fifth-year option, by the way, in 2024. So cheap, affordable, and you're probably not going to pick up that fifth-year option right now. And with the Jags likely going edge, probably Aiden Hutchinson, plus Josh Allen, well, then they could probably shop Chaisson pretty easily. His numbers have been disappointing. Make no mistake about it. He was always, I thought, more of a second or third year breakout guy, though. Plus, let's be honest, it's not like Jacksonville develops players very well, especially not with Urban Meyer at the helm. The pressure rate has not been great, but he fits the Cowboys' MO. Fits a Dante Fowler MO, right? Former high-round pick, player the Cowboys liked coming out, and isn't that expensive via a trade. The Cowboys, for now, have Dorrance Armstrong / Dante Fowler opposite DeMarcus Lawrence, plus Micah Parsons as that high-leverage situation pass rusher. But this team is telling us they want another guy. They do not think they are done at edge. They want more help. Chaisson could be an option if they don't spend a premium pick, which is a real possibility this season. We got Cowboys draft tats officially out from the NFL and our partners over at Fanatics. Chatsports.com/Cowboys draft will take you right in to the draft hats page. Now, look, I don't love the Cowboys allowing white text on white text, but the blackout hats, I think actually look pretty good. Especially the more rounded brims. You can just see the blue pop a little bit better. I think that is better than the white on white text. There's a ton of different styles, variety, snapback, fitted, adjustable, whatever. So check the comments section and the description. Chatsports.com/Cowboys draft has all your draft hat needs from this year's updated edition. I like this idea a lot, which means the Cowboys probably won't do it. Jerry Jones, as we all know, says we're going to go offensive line early. You know what you should do is get a starting-ish caliber player so you don't have to take offensive line unless there's a good player on the board. How about a fifth-round pick for Ben Powers, the Ravens offensive guard? The Ravens have options right now at the left guard spot. Ben Powers, Ben Cleveland, maybe a Tyree Phillips. They've got players, Patrick McCarry, who can handle that role. Powers in the last year of his deal. The Cowboys, since they've made it clear don't like Connor McGovern, the coaching staff doesn't at least, they need help. Powers would be a stopgap option for you. I don't think he's an elite player. He's a bit more of a mauler than he is a true top-end pass protector, but you want to be able to run the football when teams dare you to, like you were wholly unable to do last season. So a fifth-round pick, and you know what? If Zion Johnson, a Kenyon Green, a Tyler Linderbaum are there in round 1, and you really think that guy's the best player on the board, okay, take him. Worst case, Powers is your new backup offensive interior lineman. Spend a fifth-round pick on it. Again, that's what I mean by the market inefficiency. So will the Cowboys make at least one trade before the end of the NFL draft? 1 for yes, 0 for no. I would have said they would have last year, and they didn't. They kept all their picks. Of course, they moved down, but they didn't trade away like I thought they were going to. You could bank on the Cowboys making at least one move during the draft, even if it's not quite the old Trader Jerry. So let me know. 1 for yes, 0 for no. You knew this one was going to be in there, right? Stephon Diggs to the Cowboys. How do we get Trevon's brother in Dallas? First, a fourth, a fifth, a sixth, the fourth being a future one. Cowboys get a seventh-round pick back. And those picks, by the way, are not accidental values in any capacity. That is basically the exact same trade the Bills made to acquire Stefon Diggs 2 years ago. Now, you might say, Tom, wait a minute. Stephon Diggs is older. My response is yes, he is. And the receiver market hasn't changed. We saw what Tyreek Hill, what Devontae Adams went for. This is still less than what those two players got shipped out for. In the end, do you think the Cowboys make that trade? No, we don't. Come on. That's not what Stephen Jones wants to do. There is an irony in the Cowboys trading away a first for Amari Cooper, getting back little because they botched that trade negotiation from the start. and then giving up so much to go get Stephon Diggs. As fun, as sexy, as hype-worthy as it would be, don't get your hopes up. Diggs is due for a new deal. He's going to be asking for $25+ million a year at least, if not 30. Steven ain't going to pay that. Come on. So the receiver market salary cap-wise has changed drastically. The value of these premier receivers has gone up significantly as well, and Diggs is better, after all, than Amari Cooper. So would I love Stephon Diggs? Yes, of course I would. Am I getting my hopes up in any capacity? No, I am not. Those first 4 trade ideas intrigue me just a little bit more.